Hey there, it's Cheryl with Sew Glue and Cheryl 2. If you're catching this part of the video, hashtag replay, because likely you're watching it on replay. And if you see the red live up above in the top right hand corner, it means that you have caught me live. So while we're waiting for a few people to come in, let me go ahead and work on sharing myself out. I am not in an event today, so just wanted to come in. Means that you. There I go. Okay. Get myself shared out to a couple places real quick. And if you're coming in, say hi, let me know you're here. Just get myself. Got a couple devices to do this with, so it's going to take me just a minute because I've got the way the computer does it is a little slow, so I apologize. So we'll get it shared out here, and hopefully comments will scroll today. You know. Okay, let me get myself shared out here. And we will be rolling. All right. Hi, Christina. How are you today? All right, so I think that is set up and ready to go. We're just gonna, thank you for sprinkling me out. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you. Before we get started, I had been praying before this live, and I got another Bible verse, but I was hoping that we would have a few others join us before I share the Bible verse. And so, thank you for all the hearts. I appreciate that. I'm not in an event today. I think this week and last week, due to the fact that I was traveling, I wanted to make sure that my calendar was clear, so I didn't sign up for any events from that perspective. So, but thank you very much for that, Christina. I do appreciate it. And I'm so glad that you enjoyed the Happy Mail that I had sent you. So I wanted to share this, but was hoping that I could share it when there were more people joining. So let's do this. I will share it. Let me set it. Let me find a place to set this Bible. So I will share it, but I want to share it when we have a few others in. So I'm going to do something that is like Pinterest inspired, and it's using these potting cups. These are seed starter cups. You can't really read it; it's backwards, but they're seed starter cups, and good. I'm glad that you're doing good. So I'm gonna make a door hanger out of it for the front door for the 4th of July holidays. So I'm gonna do something with these. And this is not an original idea, and I don't claim that it is original idea. I was going through some Pinterest ideas, and I liked it, and I wanted to try to do one for myself. And so I imagine that there have been other crafters that probably have done the exact same thing. I have not seen them, so I don't know for sure. But we're gonna do that. Oh my goodness gracious. I have lots of eyes today. Thank you. Thank you for coming in and just let me know. Come in and say hi. Let me know that you're here. I have a few things that I wanted to read because I know that I have several people watching now. So what I wanted to do was I had prayed before this morning when I got up knowing that I was going to go live and asked the Holy Spirit if there was a Bible verse that he wanted to bring out to anybody's attention. And this particular one is from 1 John chapter 2, verse 4. And it says, "No one who says, 'I have come to know him,' and yet doesn't keep his commands is a liar, and the truth is not in him." When you go on to read, he just explains, if you are a follower of Jesus, that you know him and that you're loving him, that when you follow him, your acts of love are through obedience. So he's just asking us not to live in a life of sin from that perspective. And so I just wanted to share that with you. I thought it was very interesting that he had given that to me today. So it's a message for someone. It might be a message for all of us. Let's see. Christina, your last month of therapy. Oh, wonderful. Hi, Lucy. Welcome in. I am doing great. How are you? Thank you so much for sprinkling. I am going to do a door hanger that is inspired by Pinterest, and it's using these biodegradable peat pots. And so I'm going to paint them. I have some rope kind of cordage. I have some rope. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of make bells and hang them. And they're going to be kind of decorate. I'm going to paint them red, white, and blue so that they're in the red, white, and blue kind of order. And we're going to hang them and we're going to make a really nice door hanger. And I have pulled some fabrics to make them, to make it kind of like a messy bow as well. So we'll kind of pull all of that together. But what I want to do is I want to get started on painting the cups. And so let me grab I have a lot of stuff here because I pulled out lots of stuff just to think about what I wanted to do. But let me grab the paper plate because I'm going to dump some. So you're doing good. And oh yes, well, thank you. I'm so glad that I got to spend a little bit of time with you. Yeah, I know you had mentioned to me that your church activity. So yeah, I was coming on a little bit earlier because my husband and I, my lovely husband and I have a dinner tonight with some friends. And so I wanted to come on live. Hi, Marilyn. It's good to see you. Welcome in. If you might be new to me. If you are new, I appreciate a like and a follow. And hopefully if you like what you're seeing, you'll exclamation point notify, and then Facebook will actually send you notifications. All right. Oh, hi, Barbara. Hope you don't fall asleep. No worries. I totally get it. You've been going through some health challenges, and I am absolutely gonna keep you on the prayer list. I will re-add you. Because it was kidney stones, right, that you were having? So we will continue to pray. I'm assuming you're still trying to pass those. Those are horrible. My husband had a horrible time trying to pass kidney stones, so much so that he had gotten very sick and passed out when he was traveling. And I ended up having to make a trip out to go get the truck because the ambulance ended up taking him to the nearest town to a hospital. So it was pretty crazy, but that was years ago. That was probably 10, 15 years ago. So that was a long time ago, but I remember the challenges that he had. You still have them in, okay, well, not perfect that you have them, but perfect that I will be continuing to pray for you. Hi, Boom. Welcome in. It's good to see you. I haven't been live so much, well, I tried to go live last Saturday. So I was able to go live and did, a little bit of work and crafting. But I think next week I will get back into some of the lives. I have a live on Monday that will be an event that we are doing with Craft Events by Julie. That is the Smash Can event, or repurpose a can. And so I will be in that event. And then I have some other events that I will be in following that in the Sacred Treasure House. So, but I had taken the couple weeks off because I knew that we were going to be traveling, and I wasn't sure how the time requirements that I was going to have to be able to go live. So I thank you guys for your love and appreciation. And hi Chris, welcome in. And so I've kind of been out of pocket for a little bit, but now that we're back, the month of June will start moving forward, and I have quite a few events coming up. I'm also preparing for a sale. I have a sale coming up with the Sacred Treasure House on the 26th of June, which is a Friday. And so I will be selling quite a few different craft supplies. So I have quite a bit. I've started going through some of my scrapbook paper, things like that. So I will have quite a few things. And Barbara, so if you need more scrapbook paper, I will have it, because I have gone through I am still not through all. I got 2 more containers still to go through of scrapbook paper. So hopefully I can get those done and cleaned out before the event. But I will at least have some. And then I built a few napkin bundles. So I will be selling some napkins, and I have some other stuff. I still have quite a few sheets of music as well. So if you're looking for any of those things, by all means, let me know. And I will be live in Sacred Treasure House on the 26th. So, but today I am doing a door hanger that is inspired by Pinterest. And I am sure there have been other crafters that have done it. I just, because I work full time, I don't get to see tons of crafters, so I couldn't give anybody credit for this because I don't know. And the person who posted the picture on Pinterest didn't identify themselves. So, because if you post a picture, sometimes it doesn't, after it's been shared several times, it doesn't tell you who has been doing it or who posted it. So, okay, so I've got this one painted. So these are just those biodegradable pots, and they're pretty inexpensive. Especially, I bought a whole bunch of them when I was at the seed store, and they were pretty inexpensive. So, okay, so that is the red I'm going to do, and then I have a bunch of, these are just little wooden stars. I got this bag probably from either, well, I bet you it was probably Michael's. And they're just, it's a bag full of different size wood stars. And there's 130 pieces of wood stars in this bag. And it's the Creatology, which leads me to believe that it is from like the children's section at Michael's. And I bought them a couple years back because they had stars. And so I pulled out the smaller stars, and I am going to paint those white. And so we'll have, I don't know, I'll decorate the red pot, but I think I'm going to have the blue pot with the white stars on it. And then I have I'm going to paint one of the pots white. So just to kind of give you a rundown, and I haven't decided which blue. Now these paints are old acrylic paint. Oh no, that one kind of looks like a purple. These are old. This is a plaid paint. It was, let's see what color, a red apple, and it's an old apple barrel paint. Let's see. This one is a navy blue. This one that I just dumped. This one is a royal blue. And I don't know, kind of from the look of it on the paper plate, it looks like it has a purple tinge. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll mix the two colors together. Let's see if we can get. And these are just paints that it's got kind of a, let me grab a paper towel real quick. So we're going to make a 4th of July door hanger. Okay, so that, all right, let me try and see what this, the two blues look like. No, I like here's the, pardon me, the two blue. You can see this one kind of looks like it has more of a purple tinge to it. So I think we're going to go with the navy blue. Just so that because I think the white stars, when I glue the white stars to the outside of it, it will make the white stars pop a little bit better. So I'm just going to paint this. I have some cording, rope, whatever you want to call it, that we're going to use. And then I did pull some fabric to make kind of like a messy bow. And we'll end up with a hanger for the front door as the 4th of July gets a little bit closer. So has anybody had anything fun and exciting going on this week? We have been trying to get back into the rhythm of things with work and the house upkeep and what have you. And I was looking at the backyard and thinking, oh my, the backyard needs mowed in a bad way. So I'm probably won't be tonight, because tonight we have a dinner that we're going to with some friends. So we're going to spend the evening with our friends, which is always kind of nice. And we know them from our house church. So I'm so used to looking up at my phone for the comments, but they're actually scrolling over here. At least I think they are. That they're still They're still working on the computer, so... Uh-oh. Are we out? We might be. There we go. Now how do I pick it up with... Oh, it's kind of drying pretty quickly. It's because the peat pot is soaking up the paint pretty quickly. Hopefully I have enough paint to get me through painting this thing. Sorry, I know it's not like the funnest thing is to... As soon as I get these things painted, then we can move on to assembling. Because I think that that's going to be the most fun, is building it. Okay. Does anybody have big plans for the 4th of July? You're working on a project? Oh, good, Christina. I look forward to seeing what your end result is. Hey, Chris, how did your fairy garden? Are you done with your fairy garden? Has it turned out? Sorry, I'm trying to get the paint out of the bottom of this because I know I've got just a little bit left. So I'm trying to make sure that I get it so that we can start, because I'm going to move on to the white, and then I got to paint the stars in the other peat pot, and then we can dig in, because what I want to do is I want to glue some white stars to the blue, maybe some white stars to the red. I don't know, just depends. I pulled out some of this tinsel. I don't know if you guys, so if any of you shop at the dollar store, at the Dollar Tree, a few years back, and I think just about every year they probably have them, because I have seen them this last year. At Valentine's Day, they have a heart that is wrapped in this red tinsel. And I did a craft, this was long before I started doing lives, but I did a craft with one of those hearts. And I ended up taking off the tinsel and and I ended up just kind of saving the tinsel. And that is left over from that particular project. So we're going to possibly use some of the tinsel to kind of decorate. I'm just wiping off all of the extra paint on this paintbrush. It's going to go into, and I got it all over my hands. Okay. All right. So I have white, and this is just the Crafters Collection white paint, acrylic white paint from, I think I got this from Hobby Lobby. So we are going to use the white, and I'm going to paint the white stars, and I have the other pot. I'm going to put the lid back on. I think this is empty, but and then I have some blue tape. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay some of the blue tape down, and we are going to paint these white stars. I don't know how many I need, so let's wait and see. I'm going to give the white stars a quick coat, and then I'll go on to painting the pot, the peat pot. Get that painted white. But does anybody have any big plans for 4th of July? Thank you. Thank you, Chris. I would love to see it. You have to go get supper. Okay. Well, thank you for dropping in, Christina. I appreciate it. So I am just going to paint these stars real quick. 4th of July, we are going to go camping. I'm sure camping is a big thing that weekend for most people. But we are going to go camping because in Idaho, you don't want to go camping up in the mountains until later in the year, later in the summer, because it is cold up there. And it takes a while, of course, if they have some snowpack, it takes a while for the snow to melt. So you don't typically go up into the mountains until after late June, early July, unless you're really a hardcore camper and you're okay with it being cold. Well, I am not a hardcore camper by any stretch of the imagination. I am what you call a glamper. We have an RV, and that RV is something that suits me perfectly. But so we have an outdoor theater company that is up in the mountains, and they have an RV park right next to it. And so they run the RV park and the outdoor theater. And so we decided this year for the 4th of July, we would go and spend it at that and go to their theater shows, because they're just like, they have a stage. It's an outdoor theater. They have a stage and they do plays and things like that. And so I think the first one we're going to go to on the Friday, the July 3rd, is they have a stage play called Charlie Brown. So thought it might be kind of fun to check it out and see we've been there before, but to see what the Charlie Brown play is all about, because I grew up with Charlie Brown and so did my husband. So we thought that would be kind of fun. And then we have friends joining us that are going to go camping with us as well. And then they're going to go with us to the Saturday night, which is the 4th of July show. And that one is Legally Blonde. So that will be fun to see that one. So that's what we are going to be doing. We have yet to decide if we're going to take the dogs with us or if we're going to leave them at home with our son. Don't know. Our Great Pyrenees does not like loud booms. So she doesn't even like thunder. So if it thunders, she is a big scaredy cat and will run and hide. So anyway, she is definitely one that we're concerned about leaving her behind, and then because our neighborhood is famous for doing their own personal fireworks. So all on the street, the neighbors, go out and shoot off fireworks in the street. And so, you can't buy them here in Idaho, but you can go just across the state border and you can buy them, the bigger stuff. So it's inevitable that people buy them and shoot them off in the neighborhoods. So it just creates a little havoc for the poor animals who it hurts their ears. And so that's what we are doing the 4th of July. Let me see. I think this might need another coat. This one, I'm going to dry real quick so I can put another coat of white on it, because the original color of the peat pot. You don't care for the fireworks at all? Yeah. I don't mind the fireworks themselves, but I don't like what they do to the dog. She does not care for them at all. And then she ends up she's a giant dog. She weighs 80 pounds. She thinks she's a lap dog, and then she tries climbing up on my lap when she's scared. And it's like, we had, I think it was last week, toward the end of the last week when we got home after traveling, we had like a flash storm, if that makes sense. Kind of came out of the blue. And it had a little bit of thunder and lightning associated to it. And man, oh man, did she head for the hills when the thunder started clapping. All right, I'm gonna run a little bit more white over this because it is a little dingy with the peat pot color, and I want to make sure that it has a brightness to it. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then we will start having some more fun with some assembly here. And I think that one of the things that I like to do as a tradition is like going on picnics. And I remember as a kid, we used to have our whole family would get together for the 4th of July, and then we would go off. And I really enjoyed as a kid going and watching the fireworks. You know, that's before I kind of knew all of the danger that could be involved with fireworks. But I really did enjoy going and watching fireworks. And so we would all walk down to the park. And, of course, we had blankets and lawn chairs and, you know, this, that, and the other. But we would always have like a barbecue, or we would go to the park and... Hi, Mary. Welcome in. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate that. That's very, very nice of you. I could use all the help. All right. So we got the white, and let's see. Do I have... Let me run the white over the stars one more time. I'm going to double check to make sure they're dry. Welcome in. So I am making a door hanger with those peat pots, you know, the biodegradable pots that you can get. And I just painted one of them, one red, one white, and one blue. And this is something I saw on Pinterest. And I'm sure that there have been other crafters that have made them. I'm almost certain of it. I mean, this is not an original idea. But I thought maybe it would be nice to have something a little different. I do typically hang a red, white, and blue wreath on my door, but it hangs for Memorial Day. It hangs for Labor Day. It hangs for the 4th of July. It hangs 3/4 of the season. And so I thought maybe having something a little bit different to put on my front door would be nice for the 4th of July. And so what I thought I would do is make that a door hanger. So I have just painted, I have a bunch of these little wooden stars that I've got. They come in a bag that I got, I think, at Michael's out of the kids section. So maybe a whole $1.99. And I bought that, I don't know, a couple years back. So I've had them for a while. But I wanted to put some of the stars on the blue pot. And I'm thinking I will, well, hopefully I don't need that white paintbrush. They look pretty good. But then what we'll do is we'll decorate each of the pots, and then we'll assemble it and make it into a hanger, like a door hanger or something, you know, to decorate on the front of the door. Hi, Marianne. Welcome in. Oh my gosh, it's Marianne. I have not seen you in forever and a day, dear. What you been up to? So glad to see you. I'm so glad that you were able to join. Yes, I am on a little bit earlier than normal, by an hour typically, but I have a dinner date tonight with my husband and some friends. We are going to go out to dinner together, and so I wanted to, but I did want to come live because I didn't have any events this week because we had been traveling last week, and I wasn't quite sure if our travels were going to take us into this week or not. And if any of you know, if you've participated in any event, you have to kind of make a lot of those arrangements a couple months in advance. So I gave myself kind of some cushion time. Just wasn't sure what we were going to need as far as when we traveled to Portland. So I'm going to try to wipe my fingers off a little bit. My soft wipes, my sensitive soft wipes are starting to dry up because they're getting to the bottom of the package. And so, and I haven't really, I could probably take that water bottle and spray it inside it, but I'll do that later. Just getting some of the paint off of my fingers so that when I go to touch things, I don't leave colorful fingerprints behind on my... Thank you, Marianne. Thank you, Mary. I got a shadow on my screen, so it's like Mary. I see Marianne, and then I see Mary. But thank you. So for Memorial Day, we went to Portland. I live in Boise, Idaho, and my husband has family over in the Portland area, and it's 6 to 8 hours depending upon traffic, depending upon rush hour, depending upon construction, you know, all of those things. And so it took us about a day to get over to them. We took the RV so that we could stay in the RV, and we helped her and her husband work on painting the exterior of their house because their homeowners association had sent them a nastygram telling them it was time to paint their house. And my husband, being the loving, generous soul that he is, offered to go over and help them because he has all of the tools. So it wasn't a vacation. It was, we did end up going in and working that weekend, but we did get 1 day of break. All right, so here I have the blue pot, and it's got a few spots. Let me try to dry them real quick. So yes, we painted, and then we ended up driving back, and we were back last week, and then getting things resituated and getting back to work and all of those fun things. All right, so now I have the blue one. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these little white stars and I'm going to glue them onto the cup. Real quick, I'm just going to do a light dab of hot glue and I'm just going to stick them kind of all over the cup. And I've not quite decided what I'm going to do on the red, but I do know what I'm going to do on the white cup. I'm going to use some of the red paint, and I think what I will do, I don't know that I want to put the whole July 4th, but I may put just the 1776, kind of like what the example that I saw on Pinterest, because that's the birth year of of America. So things going on, praying for everyone as well, plus dogs having, oh no, fleas, that's no bueno, and no end to it. Please pray. I will. I know it is, once you get fleas, they are just difficult to get rid of. When we first moved here, one of the dogs that we had, somehow managed to get fleas, and we had fought because we had carpets. Well, we still have carpet, but we have partial carpet. The fleas, man, were just horrible. And yeah, we had to do, we ended up having to do a balm, let off a carpet, a balm, and also put carpets. It was bad. So I feel your pain. I know. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Let's put this last star on. Okay, so this is the little blue cup. Give me just a second. I got all the, may have to run but here's got the little white stars on that one. So I have the red one, and I was thinking, let's see what this looks like. This is the stuff I was talking to you about. Here we go. Oh, I thought that was the end, and it was not the end. So I took this off of one of those Dollar Tree hearts. During Valentine's Day, they have that plastic frame, and then they have just this strange tinsel wrapped all the way around it. And I did a project with the frame, but I had this red tinsel. And so I'm thinking, let me cut this bottom part off because of the fact that it is. And so I was thinking maybe I could put this around the bottom edge. Let's see, red, white, and blue. Oh, that one's wet still. Let's try that. Let's see it. We can always take it off if we don't like it. I'm going to run just a little bit of hot glue around the base of it. We will decorate. All right. I'm going to put Marianne before I forget. Put you down for the prayer. And if anybody else has any prayer requests, I am happy to receive them. You can type them in the comments. I'll be happy to add you to the prayer at the end. We'll say a prayer, and then and I will continue to keep you in my prayers when I sit down and do my evening prayers. Okay. Trying not to burn myself with the hot glue. That's why I'm only doing a little bit at a time so that I can not burn myself. A lot of things have been happening here at the Hartman household. Our son moved back into the house, moved back in with us because he just graduated college, and so he is looking for that full-time job. And you guys know kind of the situation, similar, that I'm sure if you've had kids at that age, all doing the same thing, looking for that full-time job, and it's just nothing is coming that quickly. And so he was stressing out a little bit too much, and so we offered him the opportunity to come home so that he could not have so much stress. Watch your ears. I'm gonna dry this. It feels really wet because it's got two coats. I'm going to try to dry this a little bit before I start decorating, and I'm going to paint the red. So we offered for him to come home, kind of take a little bit of pressure off him trying to make the rent when he's working 3 different jobs, and then trying to pay rent, but then also look for a full-time job. So when you're working 3 jobs, you don't have time to look for the full-time job. So we tried to take that a little bit of extra stress off. He still has 2 jobs, but he's got them spread out enough to where he has a little bit of time. And then he has applied for ministry school, which is the same ministry school that my husband attended. So we're hopeful for that. Okay, so I think on this one, I'm going to get one of my little paintbrushes that has a fine line kind of detail. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, here's a little bit of red paint. And what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to write 1776 on. I was just trying to decide, how do I want to write it? And I'm just taking my there we go. I'm just taking my fine line and I'm dipping it in the paint, but then I'm coming out and kind of twisting it and dragging it on the paper towel so that it doesn't leave a glob of paint, but you can still paint. Whoops, I ran out of paint on that one. Okay, ooh. So I got my 17. Okay. Boy. Bottom of that one, my hand was a little shaky. Not quite as even as I would like, but you know what? That's okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to have to paint over some of the red. It's okay. Okay. So when I drug my paintbrush around, I made a mess. Yes, I made a mess. All right. So it is going to be 1776. I'll clean that up in just a second. But I want to dry the red so that I don't end up with pink. So I don't end up with pink. All right. So let's see, which was, aha. All right, so we're going to start assembling here in just a minute. Let me touch up that red so that it doesn't, because it may need a couple coats to cover it. And then we'll start building. We'll build the okay, let me dry that real quick, and then I'm going to pull out the cords, and what we're going to do is we're going to create kind of the hanger. And start attaching things together. Okay. So I have this cord. Now you could probably use jute or whatever, a thicker cordage. I have this, it's just white cordage, rope, whatever you want to call it. So, and I will probably build it so that I can have, now I'm just guessing at how this is going to work. So kind of the hanger of the door. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and kind of tie that in a knot right there, because I'm thinking that way, if I have, depending upon if I want to hang it on a door knob, or so it's a little bit versatile. Hi, Gia. Welcome in. It's a nice surprise to have you here. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Okay, so, and then I think, okay, so we're going to do red, white, and blue in the order. So I think what I'll do is, let me take this and shove it through the hole. And one of the things that I want it to do is, and let me see if I have it, because I pulled them out. Oh yes, here we go. At the bottom, I have these metal stars. And they're rusty. They're rusty metal stars. And to be honest, I don't remember. They probably came from Amazon a long time ago. And so what I'm going to do is, they're kind of concave, so you can kind of see the inside. They're metal, but there's kind of like a concave area in there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put two of the stars together and trap the bottom of what essentially is a bell, I guess, in there. and I want to try to get this done relatively quickly. So just be cautious when you're putting hot glue on metal. The metal does get hot quickly. I'm going to grab my handy dandy spatula. This is fabulous. You can get these from the Dollar Tree. They are a fabulous idea, especially when you're trying to hold something down that has hot glue on it and that you could potentially burn your fingers. And that was compliments of Michelle Kaser with Pretty Pieces by Michelle. She is the one that gave me the idea for that rubber spatula. Now, I am sure there are other women crafters that do exactly the same thing. She's the one that I saw it with first. All right, so I'm going to glue so that, that is hot. Okay, so I have kind of made, told you, metal gets hot with that hot glue. Seriously. I'm just gonna take a clip and I'm gonna clip them together and let them cool down. But okay, so that is gonna be the start. I knocked, I think. Oh no. And then I'm gonna have to kind of maybe figure out how to keep I'll deal with that afterwards, but you can see, let me see if I can take that off now. There we go. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. So that is the red. And I think it will probably go down. Yeah. So I'm going to have to kind of figure out a way to stop it so that you can see the stopper. Or the clanker, if it's like a bell, it's like I don't know what you call it, the clanker. All I'm going to call it is the clanker. Thank you, Gia. That's very sweet. Okay, and so I think the next one, this one's probably going to be the longest. So the bottom of the bell. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself a little bit extra space for the blue because I am going to thread it as well. And then I'm going to tie a second knot up here to let the white hang in between. The reason I'm putting the knot up higher is because I don't want the knots to be seen. Eventually I'm going to cover them with the bow, the messy bow. And so let's see. Do I have enough of these metal stars? Oh wait, yes I do. I think I got them I'm pretty sure I bought these on Amazon it's been a while, but I bought them on Amazon probably last year. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to try to glue them together and trap that cord or that rope. Oh, I'm going to have to get my battery. I think I'm going to do it all at once. Just trap the cord and put the other one right on top. See if I can do all of that instead of doing it in 2 steps where I'm burning my fingers. Okay, well, I'm letting that one cool. Let me swap out my hot glue battery. got my charging. All right. So this is where, hopefully, if I hold it up, this is where we're at. Now, remember, oh, that didn't work so well. The other piece didn't stay. it left it behind. So we're going to have to do it in 2 steps because it did not like it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to glue that again. Again, I'm going to, any suggestions? Has anybody tried to make some, because the stopper or the thing that you want to have hanging in view of your, it's really loose. So short of gluing it right there, I guess I could do that. I guess I could glue it. I'm just trying to think of other possibilities for getting it to stay right there when it's hanging on the door instead of dropping down. See, you see what my dilemma is? I'll have to kind of solve for that, I guess. But right now, this is where we are at. So if you can kind of get my drift at where I'm going. And this one will do a hanging kind of thing too. So I just have to solve for that. And I haven't quite, of course, I'm just doing this. Like I said, I did this from a Pinterest idea. All right. So let's see here if I am tying it here. Okay, so probably about here somewhere. This is just, I'm just kind of guessing at the length. And what I want to do is I want to tie this up here toward the top. Maybe even tie it with the knot here. Because then what I can do is attach the white. And let's see if we can at least get something close. Trying to tie a knot with this just at the very end. Okay, so you can kind of see that's ugly, but that's why I'm going to put the bow here. So now it will hang, and I have to kind of decide because my white cup has the 1776, so I have to make sure whatever side I use, that when I put my bow on, I put it on the front side. So I have one more set of those metal stars. So I'm going to go ahead and turn those into the clanker, and then if I come up with a brilliant idea before the end of the live, then maybe we'll solve for how to keep those clankers from falling through. All right. I'm just gluing it with the hot glue, trying not to touch it because it is metal. And it got pretty hot the last time I tried to do that. All right. Oh, hi, Chandra. Welcome in. seen you for a little while. I mean, I've seen you on other people's lives. I haven't seen you on my live for a while. Okay, so this is kind of where we're ending up. And you can see kind of, I have the trouble with the cups actually slipping through. So we've got the 1776 with the little star clanker. And so I have to just kind of solve for that because I'm not quite sure. I think it's because my rope is not super thick. I imagine if you did a thicker, like jute rope, it would probably not slip through the holes. But I could certainly glue them. I could probably try to glue them first. Whoops, sorry about that. The white one, the white star started to fall apart. So the glue's still hot and the metal is still very hot. Okay. So let me try to do that. Let me see. See if I put a little bit of hot glue in there, if it will hold the rope or not. See if that will keep it there. Because you can imagine my rope is not very, very thick, but those holes are pretty big. If you have seen or used any of these little peat pots. So I imagine that's probably the answer to the problem is to use thicker rope so that when you slide it on, it stays where you want it. But it's okay. It's all about learning. Okay, let me go and I think, you know, what I probably could do is I have some of this fabric over here. I could probably put fabric on the top and the bottom to hold it into place. To hold the rope in, this rope. It's not very thick rope, and I don't have anything that is really, really thick. And my Dollar Tree is getting really bad about keeping much in the way of crafting stocked. It's really gone kind of downhill, to be honest. Okay, so let's see if once this one is dry here, that one's still a little wet. So let me set that aside. Okay, so what I want to do is let me let those sit for a hot minute. And what I want to do is I want to tear some fabric. I have some red, white, and blue kind of fabrics. I have this dark, just navy blue, and it was something left over. If you can see my banner, ultimately the base of my banner is this fabric. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to maybe, because it is, there we go. Oh, it's not tearing straight. Let's see which way it's running. I don't know if it'll, there we go. I have to try, you have to tear it in the right direction. Okay. So, let me get another one. We'll start making, and then you can add to this if you want. If there's other things that you want to decorate, and I could potentially do more with like the red bell, but I want to try to, I'm trying to watch my time, so I don't want to take everybody's time. I know there's Everybody's busy and has lots going on. Okay. Oh, goodness. You'd almost think that that is like jean fabric. Holy Toledo. Okay. So, let's see if I can... So this is just white fabric with blue stars. So I am just going to... My goal is just to kind of make a rag bow. And so we'll put... Well, and I can always tear more if I need more. This is a lot thicker fabric. This is just, it's red with white stars kind of. So let's, and I'm just gonna tear the strip. Okay, and then this one is not blue, it's gray, but it's red and white, and it's like almost like a blue gray, if you can kind of see what it looks like. But thought that would be just a nice add. So let's see if we can't make a rag bow. I'll show you kind of the gist of it, and then I'll have to solve for the rope issue. Okay, so now I have my strips pulled. I'm going to move my paint out of the way. Okay, now I have my Bow Dabra. All right, and I think I don't want the bow to be super long. So what I'm going to do is we're going to see maybe what it looks like. And I can always trim it if I need to. So I'm going to do the blue and the white. And I may pull a few more strips. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have this. And I think maybe I might have the white ones too, because I cut the blue strip, even though it's a little bit longer. I'm gonna put the white strips because I know I don't want a big, huge, like, going everywhere kind of bow. Oh, you know what I didn't do, guys? Silly me. Let me get my... So these are, I guess they're little teeny tiny wire pieces, and I have no idea. They were in something, I don't know. That's what happens when you clean out things. You find, you find things that you can use. So it's like, those are just little wire pieces that are like, that fabric, or not fabric, like flower arrangement wire. So that's what it is. And they're just cut into little pieces that were in a little package. And so I set them on my desk and said, hey, this is great for making bows because it'll be already cut and I won't have to worry about it. So now I'm kind of just doing crisscrosses, and I'll probably add, I'll probably tear a little bit more because I don't think I tore enough. We'll see. I don't think I tore enough, but we can certainly make it work. Let's see. Cut this. Thank you guys so much for staying with me. Just working on finishing this up so that then, because I know it is dinner time for most, I'm going to finish up this bow and we'll kind of show the intent for, and I may have to adjust the height and the length of some of the pots for the bow, but that's okay. Just gonna try to do this bow real quick. Grab another one here. And I don't have anything that is special for the 4th of July this year. So I thought making this would give me a little something to put on the front door. So I'm gonna use this for the 4th of July this year, since it's a special year, anniversary year for America. And all right, let me get the last of these fabric pieces in. We'll tie up the messy bow, and then we may have to trim it a little bit, but that's okay. All right. Where did it go? Did it fall out? Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? I lost it. I don't know where it went. It didn't fall in my lap. Silly me. All right. I think I can shove it in under. Oh, it might have come out when I was moving around and taking all of the other pieces out again. Okay. All right. Well, let's try this and see. It's too short. So let me pull this up. Okay, I am just taking the little wire, cinching up the center. Oh, well, there it is. It just got bent up, see? Okay. Let me see if I can try to get that as tight as I possibly can. All right. Kind of and I will have to trim it a little bit, but I wanted to show you guys before I pray and close out. Okay, so this is kind of, oh, it is staying. They are staying. Okay, oh, all except for the blue. It looks like, oh. Okay, I think what I need to do is I need to shorten these a little bit, which I can do. And then I can shorten this one so that you can kind of get the the idea. And then this will sit up. Woo! Too many things I was trying to hold. Crazy. So you can kind of see. I'll have to shorten it a little bit so that you can see the red bell. But this one with the 1776, and it sits crooked because I've just glued it to it. So I'll fix that and make it look a little bit better. But you can kind of see the idea of what it will look like. With the, it looks like I got to do a little bit of work on it. But do I have anybody that needs some additional prayer requests? And then we'll close out the time for. I think it still needs some work. Not bad for trying to recreate it from something that was seen on Pinterest. Who knew that there was going to be a problem with the size of the hole? But I still think that is a fixable problem. So I kind of have my red, white, and blue, and I think you have to kind of measure. I think maybe do a little bit of measurement with your rope. I was just kind of guessing at it. So that's kind of what that would end up being, and then the rag bow will be at the top. So kind of see that. All right, and so I'll have something just, to put on the door for the 4th of July. All right. Do I have any additional prayer requests before I close in prayer? I am seeing, I do have Barbara. Barbara needs prayers because she is still dealing with her kidney stones. And then Mary Ann has fleas with her dog. So we are going to pray for Mary Ann and her fleas, the departure of the fleas, so that they find a new home. And so let me know if you do. You're welcome to message me as well. If you have something that is private that needs prayer, you can message me directly, and I'm happy to just kind of continue in prayer for you on your behalf. I can do that. I do have a prayer program that I participate in, self-subscribed. So I do that. But otherwise, all right, well, we're going to call it an evening. I want to thank everybody, and let's go ahead and close real quick in some prayer. Oh, dear Lord, we give you so much thanks and offer you the glory for the opportunity to be able to spend this time together, to be able to do a little bit of crafting and socializing, Lord, and bringing your word to those who might need it and might need to hear it, Lord. And we just give you the glory for that opportunity. And Lord, we come to you with some petitions. We are praying for our sister Barbara, who is suffering with kidney stones, Lord, and we just ask that you pass those stones through her system quickly so that she is not in continued pain, Lord. And we just ask for any maybe absolving of those calcium deposits so that they can easily pass, Lord. And we just ask for your hand in healing in that situation, Lord. And Lord, we have a flea infestation at Mary Ann's house, Lord, and we just ask that you maybe drive those fleas out of that house. Let's just have them march. I just imagine them marching in little lines all the way out the door, because they do not need to be a part of that household, Lord. And we just ask for itching relief for the pets that are in that home as well, because we know not only are they irritating to humans, but to the animals, hugely to the animals, Lord. And we just ask that your grace and blessing be on that household, so that the fleas do not want to reside there, Lord. And we do this all in your name. Amen. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your joining me, trying to kind of figure out this craft with the 4th of July door hanger. And I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and God bless.